This guidebook was created for the National Safe Skies Alliance under its Program for Applied Research in Airport Security. The last decade has seen an alarming increase in the number of active shooter incidents in many areas of society. None is more alarming than the occurrence of these incidents at airports. In 2013, a gunman opened fire at the Los Angeles International Airport, killing one TSA agent and wounding 2 others and 1 civilian. In 2017, at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, a gunman killed 5 people and wounded 6 others. Following these incidents, through a series of after-action reviews, areas of the FAA and individual airports developed response plans and other guidance to assist in mitigating and recovering from these incidents. Recovering from an active shooter event begins with thorough planning for training and awareness of personnel, exercises and drills, communications, technology and equipment, and evacuation procedures. Regularly reassess your current training program to address deficiencies and gaps. Your program should address all employees and should be repeated periodically to refresh their knowledge. Practice the procedures in your program with all personnel and stakeholders. Existing and emerging technology offer benefits at every stage of an incident. Surveillance can be an especially helpful guide throughout an incident, from locating the shooter and victims to tracking the incident as it evolves to directing responders where they are needed. Nothing is more critical for an active shooter program than well-developed and well-rehearsed evacuation plans. They should address both controlled and uncontrolled evacuations. Similarly, a plan for managing vehicular traffic, first and foremost, helps first responders to arrive at locations where they are needed. One of the most effective facets of planning is where to stage resources during recovery and restoration following the incident. Identify locations for staging responders, equipment, employees, and the media. Stakeholder services encompass a wide variety of areas throughout the airport, including ground and flight operations, parking and garages, curbside areas, and airport tenants. One of the most important aspects of recovery is restoring normal operations. After caring for victims, it may be necessary for engineers to inspect the sterile area. Utilities must be restored, and debris and hazardous materials must be cleared. Recovery and restoration activities can quickly overwhelm an airport's resources. Plans should include possibilities for obtaining aid from other airports. Airport Community Emergency Response Teams (ACERTs) can alleviate some of the burden on resources and personnel. News of an active shooter at an airport is likely to also cause panic in families who may have loved ones on scene. So create plans to reunite families as soon as it is safe to do so. During recovery, they should be protected from access by the media and the public. Thorough communications planning is critical for the entirety of an active shooter incident. Consider both internal and external communications, from the beginning of an incident through the phases of recovery and of restoration of operations. An active shooter incident can traumatize many individuals at varying levels of involvement, from victims to family members arriving on scene. In addition to immediate psychological first aid, extended follow-up and treatment may be necessary. By regularly reevaluating physical security, you can identify areas for ongoing improvements. They can be addressed during construction and renovation projects. Consider ways in which to bolster protection at security checkpoints, ticketing, and baggage claim areas. All of the topics in this video, and many others, are discussed in greater detail in the guidebook, Active Shooter Mitigation and Recovery Strategies. You can obtain copies of the guidebook from the Safe Skies website at www.sskies.org.